For today's MTG show, I'm not telling chat the topic. They've got to guess what it is. So, based on the cards that you suggest, I'll let you know if you're hot, if you're neutral, or you're ice cold to give you a direction. If you're in that, if you're in the vicinity, can you guess what the show is before everyone else does? Let's start off with Banovsky's Colossal Dreadmaw, and I can't believe this is actually exactly what the show is about. But with that being said, be very careful. I can assume that Colossal Dreadmaw can actually go in like so many different directions. So be very, very careful with the Colossal Dreadmaw. Okay, oh boy, with Hammer of Perforos. Hammer of Perforos is a 3-mana legendary enchantment. Creatures in control have haste, and for 3 mana tap, sack a land, create a 3/3 colorless golem enchantment artifact creature. And I would say this card is pretty ice cold. In fact, it is super ice cold. John is like, most dangerous 6/6 creatures. No, not most dangerous 6/6 creatures. Just to remind everyone, this is a 6-mana 6/6 with trample, and it is a dinosaur, if that matters to anybody. But I will say the Colossal Dreadmaw is, if we had a show on the show that I have, Colossal Dreadmaw would definitely be on it. Matthew Green with Fatal Push. Fatal Push is a black instant for 1 mana. Destroy target creature if it has converted mana cost 2 or less. And with Revolt, destroy target that creature if it has converted mana cost 4 or less. Instead, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn. This card is also super ice cold. Has nothing to do with the show. Nothing, not a zip. Where's all the ideas being thrown around? It is hot. You think that, well, you know, back in the prehistoric age, it was pretty hot over there. I'm sure it was very humid over there, especially on, what is this, Ixalan? So I think that's the original. That's the original set that this thing is from. Okay, we need more suggestions. Come on, Banovsky. You seem to be already on the hot on the trace. Okay, we have Steve Cooper with Galta. Galta Stampede Tyrant, to be specific. Now, Galta, this one is 8 mana, 12/12, Elder Dinosaur, also a legendary creature. With Trample, when Galta enters the battlefield, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. And I would say this is actually pretty ice. Okay, it's cold. I wouldn't say it's ice cold, but it's cold. And that's the deal, because that Colossal Dreadmaw, well, I said that this is definitely a card for the show. It is probably going to take people in a lot of different weird directions. Okay, next up we got Matthew Green swinging with Twinning Staff. Is it called Twinning? Oh, Twining Staff? No, I got that. Twinning Staff? Is it Twinning Staff? Oh, it's Twinning, not Twining. 3 mana artifact. If you would copy a spell or 1 or more times, instead copy it that many times plus an additional time, you may copy new targets for the additional copy. And for 7 mana, tap copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. I would say this is also very, very ice cold. Toilet Duck with Avabruck Caretaker. Avabruck Caretaker is a 6 mana 4/4 human werewolf, hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control. Also has Daybound, which means it can flip over into the 6/6 hexproof, or other permanents you control have hexproof. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. I would say this is cool. Like, it's in the cold X. It's not ice cold, but it's cold. It's not doing good. Toilet Duck, you can use Scryfall Tiger maybe. Oh, talking to Toilet Duck. Alex Gibson with Biogenic Upgrade. Biogenic Upgrade is a sorcery for 6 mana sorcery. Distribute 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures. Then double the number of +1/+1 counters on each of those creatures. I would say this is on the cool side. Not ice cold, but on the cool side. Steve Cooper with Vampire Nighthawk. Vampire Nighthawk is a 3 mana 2/3 Vampire Shaman, Flying Death Touch, and Lifelink. You know what? I would say this is a banger. This would be part of the show. I could count this card. It's a bit close, but I would say I would count it. I would count it. It would be acceptable to me. So we have what's it called? The Colossal Dreadmaw, the Vampire Nighthawk, and Colossal Dreadmaw. These are two hot cards for this show. Most iconic meme creatures in MTG? No, that is incorrect. That is not correct. Critterhoof Behemoth. By Benovsky. 8 mana, 5/5. Beast Haste. When it enters creatures you control, gain trample and +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Ice Cold. Next up, we've got creatures we make fun of in MTG. No. Best vanilla creatures. Oh, come on. They were not vanilla. I mean, they might be vanilla based on 2025 standards, but they're not. They had mechanics and so on them. Okay, Tremutius 2 with Talus Researcher. Sounds like a League of Legends card to me. Okay, we have a 5 mana 1/1. Tap, draw a card. Activate this ability only during your turn before attackers are declared. I would count this card too. I could count this. It's a little poor quality, but it would definitely make the show. I think it would make the show. Creatures we used to think are good. Nope, that is not the show. That's a great idea though for a show. I like that. I should farm ideas from your guesses. That's a great idea. Okay, we have next Gavin Toski. This is Bearer of Secrets. Isn't this Toski? Oops. Where am I? I need an adult. How did I get so far? Toski. I'm pretty sure you were. Yeah, Bearer. It's funny. It's called Bearer of Secrets. Not a bear. It's a squirrel. 4 mana for a 1/1. Legendary squirrel, can't be countered, indestructible. Attacks each combat if able, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. Counts for everybody. This is, I would say this is warm, but not hot. Definitely not. Is it hot or not? It technically is not. Okay, Argentina with Paroxysm. The hell name is this? 2 mana for an enchant creature. During the upkeep of enchanted creature's controller, reveal the top card of that player's library to all players. If that card is a land card, destroy enchanted creature. Otherwise, enchanted creature gets +3/+3. I would say this is ice cold. Super ice cold. The worst 5 mana creatures? No. Not worst 5 mana creatures. Mercenary with Verdant Force. Verdant Force. Remember, Vampire Nighthawk counted. Verdant Force is a 8 mana 7/7. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 green saproling creature token. And I would say this would work. It's very close, but I would count it. I would count the Verdant Force. Why not? Adeptus with Hexmark Destroyer. What the hell is this thing? Okay, this is Hexmark Destroyer. There's a 6 mana 6/6 Necron. Multi-threat Eliminator. Hexmark Destroyer can't be blocked except by 6 or more creatures. Has Unearth for 6. Sure, I'd count this card too. My standards are getting lower here. But it looks good. Magic creatures you will see in draft. No, that's not it. The Squirreler of Secrets doesn't have the same ring to it. Oh, yeah, for the Bearer of Secrets. Instead of Bearer of Secrets. Bolt the... That's not your name. Bolt the Amolga. Okay, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. How does everyone love YouTube changing everybody's username to, I guess, like your actual username? Thalia. What are Guardian? Oh, I looked up Thalia's. There is no Thalia's Guardian of Thraben, just one. 2 mana 2/1. Legendary Human Soldier. First strike. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. This is warm but not hot. Warm but not hot. Creatures that are difficult to kill in combat? Nope. MTG most iconic draft cards? Nope. Creatures who... What do we have? Creatures whose abilities don't do anything the turn they enter? Nope. Incorrect. I hate the string of numbers at the tail end of my name. Oh, yeah. I hate numbers at the end of, like, any name. I hate when I'm forced to use numbers in usernames. You know? Okay, we've got Sir Bruce with Gwenum. Gwenum. The remorseless. Very remorseless Gwenum. 5 mana for a 4/4 Death Touch lifelink. Whenever Gwenum attacks until end of turn, you may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play cards from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. I would say this is on the cool side. Definitely on the cool side. Fog is... No, that's not good. It's no good. Ice Cold. Everyone coming here with fog. Are you from the... what's it called? That drinking YouTube channel? Cold Ones? I can tell a Cold Ones user from a mile away, you know. Cards that were broken when they came up but aren't anymore? Nope. I would say... So it's definitely a sort of show that I've done many times in the past, and I haven't seen a single person bring up the theme yet. I haven't seen a single person. I would agree with Argentina. It's like on the creature side of things. So if you name like non-creature spells, it's not good. Okay, let's look up Magnum Opus with Thornling. Thornling is a 5 mana 4/4 with a million abilities. Can gain haste, can gain trample, can gain indestructible, can get +1/-1, or can get -1/+1. I would say this is on the warm side, not on the hot side. And there's a very good reason for it. Cards that aren't in the Power 9. Oh, come on. All these cards are not in the Power 9. Best magic cards under... The best magic cards under 50 cents. Oh boy, you have absolutely no idea how close you are, but you have not worded it properly. And you better get it before somebody else does. I mean, yeah, I have said enough. Basically, it's going to get got within, like, probably the next 50 seconds. Is there a difference between gains indestructible and is indestructible? I can't remember. The indestructible keyword and rule has changed many times. Many times. Steve Cooper with best MTG creatures under 49 cents? No. Best green rare creatures below $1? No. Oh, you gotta combine them, old boy. Most underrated magic creatures. You're like really close twice. You're more close than everybody else. Steve Cooper, best MTG creatures under 99 cents. Nope, that's not it. Old boy seems to know. Okay, here we go. The most underrated MTG creatures. Well, it's supposed to be less than 5 cents, but I realized that there were no 5 cents cards, but it was good enough. 50 cents. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Old boy gets it. Congratulations, old boy. I can give you like... I need a better sound effect for old boy for anyone who actually guesses the damn thing correctly. He's so hot, he's burnt. That's right. All right. Next show. One show down, many more to go. What is the next show? It's hidden. You got to figure it out. You got to figure it out, chat. I'm actually surprised anyone got that one. I thought it was going to be a lot harder because it was like a pricing thing. But old boy. You can't... they say you can't teach an old boy new tricks. But you know what? Old boy knows all the old tricks. Okay, Steve Cooper wants Lightning Bolt. Why can't I find Lightning Bolt? It's so iconic. 1 mana, instant, deals 1 damage. No, this is ice cold. Has nothing to do with this show. Buster Sword. Buster Swords? No, Buster. I think we just want one sword. Thank you very much. 3 mana equipment. Equipped creatures get +3/+2. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage without paying its mana cost. No, this is ice cold. Has nothing to do with the show. I have a feeling this is the type of show where it's like all or nothing. Like, it's either going to be ice cold or blazing hot. It's going to be hard to get anything in between here. Tresaru with Tidus, Blitzball Star. What happened here? Oops. There we go. 3 mana, 2/1 human warrior. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on your Tidus. When Tidus attacks, tap target creature an opponent controls. Nope. That has nothing to do with the show. Exploration. We all like to explore, don't we? Green enchantment. You can play an additional land on each of your turns. Nope. That has nothing to do with the show. Okay, Hollow with Unrooted Ancestor. 3 mana, 3/2 Spirit Cleric with Flash. And for 1 mana, you can sack another creature. This creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. And you would, yeah, I would imagine like any spirit should be indestructible. They're already dead. What do they have to lose? Where do they go when they die? To purgatory or something? So, the spirits prove that when you die, you get at least 1 extra life. And you should really just float away. Because I don't think you need oxygen or anything. Just stay safe in space. Alex. Anyway, this Unrooted Ancestor has nothing to do with the show. Blast of Genius. So far, we're in ice cold land. Can we even get to somewhere neutral or warm? 6 mana, sorcery. Choose any target. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Blast of Genius deals damage equal to the discarded card's converted mana cost to that permanent or player. Let's say it's like on the cool side. I want to say it's on the cool side instead of like ice cold. Thalia underrated? 1 toughness creatures are in such bad shape in 2025. I would say Thalia is probably very accurately rated. Matthew with Braids of Fire. I don't think we know what the card is. Sorry about that. Okay, Old Boy with Dryad Arbor. Dryad Arbor is 1/1 Forest Dryad. No, ice cold. Did I say light? Oh no, I said lightning bolt for 1. It costs 1 mana. Azami, Lady of Secrets. Sorry, Lady of Scrolls. But who knows what are in those scrolls? Could be secrets. Does everyone have access to her library? It's a 5 mana 0/2 tap and untap wizard you control. Draw a card. Also ice cold. We have not touched any of these cards. Jace, the Mind Sculptor, suggested by Steve Cooper. 4 mana, 3 loyalty, +2 to Fate Seal, 0 mana to Brainstorm, -1 to Unsummon, and -12 to Jace you. I can't remember. Did they give a term to this thing where you exile all the cards from somebody's library and then they put their hand back onto their library? Anyway, it's ice cold. It has nothing to do with the show. Valerian Academy. Now everyone's like, they're trying things at least. They're trying things. Legendary land tap, add a blue for each artifact you control. Ice cold. We are in like just Doom world. The 11th Doctor. Is it spelled that way? Maybe I have to spell out the 11th Doctor. 11th. Oh yeah, I do. Okay, 3 mana, 3/2 Time Lord Doctor. I am talking. Whenever the 11th Doctor deals combat damage to a player, you may exile a card from your hand with a number of time counters on it equal to the mana value. And if it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. For 2 mana, target creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. Still ice cold. Wow, we are... Can we find one card? Can we get anywhere? Let's play a game. Yeah, I know. I don't think it's a land or a creature at this point. You never know what it could be. It could be anything. Okay, adapt this. The flesh is weak. Five mana, enchantment. When the flesh is weak enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Creatures you control with a +1/+1 counter on them are artifacts. And also, non-artifact creatures get -1/-1. Nope. Ice cold. Navinral's Disc. Ugh. I never know how to spell Navinral's Disc. Anyone who could spell Navinral's Disc without looking at it, I mean... I gotta give you an applause. Okay, 4 mana artifact. ETB tapped. Pay 1 tap. Destroy all artifact creatures and enchantments. No, this has nothing to do with the show, unfortunately. Magic cards that have a promo print. Oh my god, that is such an awesome show. I'm writing that down. That's such a great idea. Promo MTG cards. Look at that. I'm farming MTG ideas from all of you. Anyway, that is not... No, that's not the show idea. It's a great idea. We have Mercenary. Yosei, the Morning Star. We need more creative. 6 mana, 5/5, flying. When it dies, target player skips his or her next untap step. Tap up to 5 target permanents that player controls. Let me take a look at the title. I would say, you know what? This isn't exactly what I was looking for, but I would say this is pretty warm. If it was, I would say this is warm. It's not hot. I don't know if I would count this, but this is very... It's either warm or hot. You know, some people would debate me in the comment section or in the comment section. Indiana Jones, Mind Over Matter. 6 mana enchantment. Choose and discard a card. Tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land. Nope, has nothing to show. This is the closest we've got so far. Stasis. What's with everyone? Stasis. Everyone wants these like locking up cards now. Stasis is a 2 mana enchantment. Players skip their untap steps, and at the beginning of your upkeep, sack it unless you pay a blue. Nope, very ice cold. Creatures that hose your opponents when they die. No, like I said, it's warm. It's definitely in the right direction, but it's not there. That's for sure. Asian Knight, savor the moment. Savor the moment, a 3 mana sorcery. Take an extra turn after this one. Skip the untap step of that turn. No, it's completely wrong. I'm gonna grab a screenshot for later. I need a screenshot from you all. Guessing quite fervorously. Alex Bergstrider. Bergstrider is a 5 mana 4/4. What's with all the blue cards everyone's suggesting? ETB. Tap target artifact or creature an opponent controls. If Snow is meant to cast that spell, the permanent doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. It is ice cold, both literally and figuratively. Has nothing to do with the show. Gillam with Infest. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. No. Ice cold. I'm going to remind you. Let's go back to Yosei. Remember, this is the warmest we've got here. This is the closest we got. It is not perfect. But it is not perfect, but it is good. It is on the right direction. I would even say you're in the right direction, Jess. Cards that like the graveyard. You know, you say a lot of random stuff, Jess, but sometimes you're in the right direction. Sometimes you're right. Okay, Beanut Putter, Sprouting Thrinax. Brownie Thrinax is 3 mana, 3/3 lizard. When it dies, create 3/1/1 green sapling creature tokens. Again, this is in the same. It's warm, but it's not hot. So this is in the same sort of direction. And I'm trying to lead people to the actual cards that are really part of this show, which we're not there yet. MTG creatures that want to die. Oh God. They want Sudoku. Okay, Aaron with Grasp of the Hieromancy? The Hieromancy? This is a 2-mana aura enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1 and has when this creature attacks, tap up to target creature, tap, target creature defending player controls. No, this is ice cold, has nothing to do with it. William with Bloodghast. Okay, this card, a 2-mana 2/1. This is a great upgraded art for Bloodghast. I love it. 2-mana 2/1, can't block. Has haste as long as the opponent has 10 or less life. But landfall, whenever a land you control enters, you may return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I would say this is hot. This is a hot card. Super hot card. Ferginka hasn't got a card yet. Alabaster Dragon. This is a 6-mana flyer. When it's put into the graveyard from play, shuffle Alabaster Dragon into its owner's library. I would say this is less than warm. This is more neutral. Magic creatures that ask to get sacrificed. Nope. Sort of in the right direction. Cards with infinite combos with recurrence. Nope. We need more cards. Gravecrawler. I would still also say this is hot. I would also say this is hot. This creature can't block. You may cast this card from your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. It's weaker than the Bloodghast though. That's for sure. Argentina with Enduring Renewal. Cards that manipulate the graveyard or work in death. You're all in the right direction. Cards that return the graveyard. No. So okay. So like cards that return from the graveyard. So like, not really. Not necessarily. This is Enduring Renewal, a 4-mana enchantment. Play with your hand revealed. If you would draw a card, reveal the top card of your library instead. If it's a creature card, put it into the graveyard. Otherwise, draw a card. Whenever a creature is put into your graveyard from play, return it to your hand. No, I would say this is not in the right direction. What was this? Magic cards that are a black combo player's wet dream? No, not quite. Cards that trigger fleshes have been reached? No, not necessarily. Not Exhume. Cards that come back stronger? It's a great idea. No one's really got it yet. Come on, can we figure this card out? Let's look up Deadline Universe's card. Tenacious Underdog. 2-mana 3/2 Blitz for 4 mana, pay 2 life. You may cast Tenacious Underdog from your graveyard using its Blitz cost. I would also say this is on the hot side. I would say the same thing with Vengevine. But there is a theme you guys are missing with all these cards. So, like, this is all part of this one category of, like, bringing them back from the graveyard. So this is 4 mana for a 4/3 haste. When you cast a spell, if it's the second creature you cast this turn, you can return Vengevine back from the graveyard back to the battlefield. So, I mean, yeah, this is good. This one's good, too. Cards that you want to mill? No. Cards you want in the graveyard? I mean, it's graveyard-centric. Creatures that come back? No. Gillum wants God. I'm trying to wait for one person to mention one more card that hopefully pushes everyone in the right direction. God Eternal Oketra, 5-mana, 3/6, double strike. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token with vigilance. When Oketra dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library, third from the top. No, this has nothing to do with the show. Nothing. Creatures that reanimate themselves? No. Cards you can cast from the graveyard? No. No. Creatures that are recyclable? No. See, now I think everyone has like gotten in. Ooh, okay, though this card, that's what I'm talking about. Anger. If I were to mention, oh, is it gonna look up every single card called Anger? How dare you? If there was one card that was like the most superior to all of them, it's this one. Anger. 4 mana for a 2/2 incarnation with haste, and as long as Anger is in your graveyard and you control a mountain, creatures you control have haste. This is the most quintessential of all cards that have been revealed so far. Okay, Magnum Opus Gold is above and beyond the closest, mentioning that cards that have benefits being in the graveyard. I would have just, how would I have worded that though for a for like a YouTube show? MTG cards are better in the graveyard. MTG cards you want in the graveyard. How did I word it again? Otherwise, I'll probably just like give it to someone's got to have a better title than Magnum in 1 minute, or I'm just gonna give it to Magnum. Because everyone else is just gonna make a variation of what he said. Better from beyond the graveyard. Cards that should have had the tombstone symbol. Flashback cards, no. MG cards with abilities in the graveyard, no. Graveyard abilities, no. Cards that can be activated in the graveyard, no. Well, you can't activate this thing. This is like a passive ability. Trisar is more creative with the best dead creatures in Magic. MTG creatures that impact the field while in the graveyard. Yeah, but how would I call that? What would I call that? Okay, we're just gonna give it to Magnum. Magnum, where was your suggestion? Okay, we're just gonna give it to you. Cards that have benefits from being in the graveyard. I wanted to hear MTG cards most powerful from the graveyard. Most powerful. Good enough. Good enough for today. All right, we're going to look at more potential MTG shows, but we have to thank our sponsor today, FusionGamingOnline.com, where you can get so many amazing Magic the Gathering cards and also new sets like Avatar: The Last Airbender. You can get your Marvel Spider-Man cards, Edge of Eternities, but there's something even bigger than all that. The Fusion Gaming Black Friday sale. You can get a 20% store credit kickback on all products between November 28th and December 1st. This is a great time to get a great deal on basically everything that you'd love to order. You love ordering singles. Sometimes you like to gamble too by buying booster packs. I'm not going to look down on anyone who likes to gamble on booster packs. Make sure that you make pack wars out of those booster packs. And hey, if you miss this deal, I got some good news for you. There's a deal every single day when you use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases. But we're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. Renting is the best way to play when you're playing online. Why would you want to eternally lock your money away in cards when you can play all the cards when you're renting them? To play every single deck and also be free from getting banned out of your archetypes. Because if they ban your deck, you just play the next best deck, and you can support the channel by using coupon code Nikachu_JUP for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. And back to our regularly scheduled show. All right, who can guess this next one? I gotta have to figure out what the next one is. Ooh, this is a spicy one. Golgari Grave Troll. This is very interesting, actually. Okay, Golgari Grave Troll, 5 mana, 0/0 Troll Skeleton. Golgari Grave Troll enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature card in your graveyard. For 1 mana, remove a +1/+1 counter from Golgari Grave Troll. Regenerate Golgari Grave Troll. And has Dredge 6. Okay, this is going to be a weird hint, because I have no idea how everyone's going to interpret it. But the show idea is the opposite of this card. It's sort of... I can't say this is ice cold. I want to say it's neutral. But, like, the show title is, like, the opposite of this card. So I'm going to say this card is sort of in the vicinity of what it's supposed to be. Okay, next up, we'll look at Alex with Ral. Crackling Wit. But I will say, officially, Golgari Grave Troll is neutral. So not ice cold, but definitely not hot. This is a 4 mana, 4 loyalty Ral. And it's very cute! He ought to be like this more often. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a loyalty counter on Ral, Crackling Wit. +1, create a 1/1 blue and red otter creature token with prowess. -3. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 cards, and -10. Draw 3 cards, you get an emblem. With instant and sorcery spells you cast this turn, have Storm. This is nothing to do with the show at all. Absolutely nothing, not a zip. Okay, Benjamin Berkey with Backfire. What a weird card. Blue enchant creature. It deals 1 damage to target creature's controller for each 1 damage dealt to you by that creature. No, that has nothing to do with the show. First time that Hot Singles Online doesn't send you to a virus link. Oh, yes, that's right. Hot Singles in your area. Or I should say, Hot Singles that can be shipped to you. That doesn't sound illegal at all. Oh boy, with Amugaba. What the hell? 7 mana, 6/6 flying. 3 mana, discard a card from your hand. Return Amugaba to its owner's hand. Nope, has nothing to do with it. Burbolithration. This is Plaxcaster Frogling. What a weird card. 3 mana, 0/0 Frog Mutant with Graft 3. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may move a +1/+1 counter from this creature onto it. For 2 mana, target creature with a +1/+1 counter on it gains Shroud until end of turn. This is really warm. I'm almost inclined to say that this is hot. This is like really, really warm. Argentina with Yixlid Jailer. 2 mana, 2/1 zombie wizard. Cards in graveyards lose all abilities. Nope. Kalantara is Time Walk. I'll just say no. We all know what Time Walk is. Dismember from Tresaru. 3 mana. Target creature gets -5/5 until end of turn. Nope. Has nothing to do with the show. Alex Gibson. Massacre Girl. Gonna massacre me. 5 mana, 4/4 menace. ETB. Each other creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. And whenever a creature dies this turn, each creature other than Massacre Girl gets -1/-1 until end of turn. No, ice cold. We got Bolt. Bolt wants endurance. How many endurance cards are there? 3 mana, 3/4 flash reach. When it enters the battlefield, up to 1 target player puts all the cards from their graveyard on the bottom of their library in a random order and evoke, exile a green card from your hand. I would say this is ice cold, super ice cold. Remember, okay, the closest we have gotten so far is this Plaxcaster Frogling. It's like really close. It's really close. Best Ravnica cards? Wait, you're just throwing some random thing out of nowhere? Christopher B with Rekindled Flame. 4 mana sorcery deals 4 damage to target creature or player. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent has no cards in hand, you may return Rekindled Flame from your graveyard to your hand. This is good for the last show. Are you like on a 30-minute delay Christopher B. This, I mean, this, yeah, this was like for the last topic, but not this one. Ice cold. We got Benjamin Berkey with Craw Giant. Craw Giant is a 7 mana. 6/4 Trampler Rampager 2. Ice cold. Burbo. I already know the title, but I would not give it away. You're so confident. 0/0 creatures that can get bigger? Nope. MTG creatures that give other creatures counters? Nope. He's a beef. Yeah, very beefy. Works out big time. Big hunker. Creatures that once populated the earth? No. It's the stream that you mentioned maybe doing? No. Because I thought of all these before the show started. MTG cards that care about 1+1/+1s? Nope. Adaptus. Raveneer. I think we need a lot more cards. Raveneer is a blue-green X 0/0 Tyrannid Flash. Ravenous. Enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. If X is 5 or more, draw a card when it enters. When it enters, when it enters the battlefield, target creature attacks target opponent this turn if able. I would say this is it's pretty close. I think it's pretty, yeah, I think this is pretty close. It's not exactly there, but you know what? I like it. I think this and the frog are the closest so far. I might as well consider these hot. MTG cards out of context? No. Extinct MTG abilities? No. Alex with Innkeeper's Talent. This is a 2-mana class. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And then for a green level 2 permanents you control with counters on them, have ward 1. Level 3 for 4 mana. If you would put one or more if you would put one or more counters on a permanent or a player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player. Instead, I would say this is ice cold. All the people focusing on the counters part, no, you're all wrong. You're all wrong, but now you can move in the right direction. Jess says 0/0 power and toughness creatures. No, that sounds like a very lame show, Jess. That sounds like a lame show. The best 0 power creatures in MTG? You're telling me the Ravener is one of the best 0/0 creatures in MTG, and that frog? MTG creatures that buff themselves? Nope. MTG mechanics that have died out? No. It's a great title, though. I like that. Okay, some people still want to suggest some cards. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath from Matthew Green. 6/6 Titan. When enters the battlefield, sack it unless it escaped. When enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life, draw a card. You can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, and you can escape it for 4 mana. No. Oh, Asian Knight, you're so close. You're so close, Asian Knight. You gotta be quick. Be fast. Be very fast. You're above and beyond the closest. You're too damn close. To go back to like one of the here's like one of the qualifying cards. The best Simic cards. No. Okay, Asian Knight got in there just in time. Right before Argentina sniped them. Okay, the worst MTG 0/0 creatures. The absolute worst. All right, yeah. Well, I don't know if this is the worst, but it's pretty bad for a 0/0 creature. There are of the 0/0 creatures out there, there are some really good ones. This is definitely going to be lower on the totem pole. All right, congratulations, Asian Knight. I would have actually preferred, I probably should have suggested that you also had the word MTG in there, but I'm going to let you get by with that. Yeah, why did I think it was the best? Well, there's a lot of shows that are the best, but some shows are the worst. All right, next show. Can anyone get this next one? This is going to be an interesting one. This one is going to be very, very interesting. How you dissect this next show. Oh boy, I can't. Okay, Fin Grinder, Taunting Elf. It's a 1 mana 0/1. All creatures able to block Taunting Elf do so. I would say this is neutral. Neutral. Not super ice cold, but for good reasons, I would say this is neutral. Bolt wants 3 steps ahead. 1 mana, Spree. +2, counter target spell, +3. Sorry, +2, counter target spell, +3, create a token that's a copy of target artifact or creature you control, and then +2, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. I would say this is ice cold. Agnet wants Fog. No, also ice cold. I was gonna guess most expensive MTG 0/0 creatures. No, not quite. That sounds like a good show idea. Most expensive 0 power creatures. You'll never know why this creature is so good for no power. I don't get why it's the reverse of Grave Troll, because Grave Troll is one of the best 0/0 creatures. And we are looking for the worst 0/0 creatures. That's how it's the reverse of Grave Troll. Great question. Okay, we got Quiet Man with Aladamri Corvicdal. 3 mana, 3/3. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library, and for a green tap, tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Reveal a card from your hand, or the top card of your library, and you may reveal a card. Sorry, you may reveal a creature card this way. Okay, if you reveal a creature card this way, put it onto the battlefield. Activate only during your turn. Oh wait a minute, what's the show card? Oh, okay, when I said that 1 mana creature was neutral, I completely lied. This has nothing to do with the show. I got confused for a second. Everything else still stands. Nothing to do with the show. Nothing. None of these cards have anything to do with the show. For Ginka, Curtain of Light. 2 mana instant. Target attacking unblocked creature becomes blocked. Draw a card. You know what's interesting about these shows? You guys are suggesting these random cards I've never even heard of before. Anyhow, this is a... no, this is not part of the show. Progenitus. I'm going to say with Progenitus, as a 10 mana Hydra avatar and a 10/10 with pro everything, and when if it would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, reveal Progenitus and shuffle it into its owner's library instead. I want to say this is like a warm card, but this is not exactly the type of card I'm looking for in this show. But it's definitely warm. It's on the warm side. The Legend of Roku. By the way, if no one got a card mentioned, you just let me know. No card yet. I'll get you Turg. Okay, so the Legend of Roku is a 4 mana saga. Chapter 1, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Chapter 2, add 1 mana of any color. And Chapter 3, exile the saga, return to the battlefield transformed under your control. And it transforms into Avatar Roku, a 4/4 avatar with Firebending 4. And for 8 mana, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying and firebending. I would say this is... I want to say this is warm. I want to say this type of card is warm. I would say it's warmer than Progenitus. Okay, where was... Let's get Turg. Oops. Turg! Where's your card? There we go. I'll get your Autry Jelly. There's jelly in this game? Jelly! Okay, green X 0/0 trample. The jelly enters the battlefield with the X +1/+1 counters on it, and it's got split. So when it dies, if it had 2 or more +1/+1 counters on it, create a token that's a copy of it at the beginning of the next end step. The token enters the battlefield with half that many +1/+1 counters on it, rounded down. Oh, it's like a worm where you tear it apart, and boom, you got 2 worms. How many times can you tear a worm apart? I gotta look that up online. Does it actually turn into 2 worms? 2 sentient beings? That doesn't make any sense. Cards that require huge investment in the cast? No. Just with... anyway, the jelly has nothing to do with the show. Nothing. Just with delay. I think you mean delay? This is like... This technically is not part of the show. Anyway, 2 mana instant, counter target spell. If the spell is countered this way, exile it with 3 time counters on it instead of putting it into the owner's graveyard and again suspend. No. I would say ice cold. William, Dragon Broodmother. Okay, this is a 6 mana 4/4 dragon flying. At the beginning of each upkeep, put a 1/1 red and green dragon creature token with flying and devour 2 onto the battlefield. Ice cold has nothing to do with the show. Okay, Summer Mermaid Star wants Kudo, the king among the bears. The bears. I don't know what most of the episode has been so far, but I picked up one at the locals for Black Friday. Which is ironic because it's Selesnya and not mono black. That's okay. Okay, this is a 2 mana 2/2. Other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears in addition to their other types. I would say this has nothing to do with the show though. Nothing, nada. Zilch. Mega with Sliver Queen. Sliver Queen is a 5 mana 7/7. Pay 2. Put a +1/+1. Put a 1/1 colorless Sliver creature token onto the battlefield. I would say this is a nope. Ice cold. Okay, let's get a Christopher B suggestion here. Cam and Frank. So it's Cam and Ferric. Sounds like I'm swearing. Havoc Duo. This is not even a card. I'll just look up Havoc Duo. It's very rare Christopher B misspells a card. Oh, he didn't. Then why wasn't it showing? Okay, 2 mana 1/2 flying haste. Whenever you discard a card, Cam and Ferric gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Nope, has nothing to do with the show. Man, we're okay. What was our what was the closest thing that we got so far? Okay, this saga is the closest we've got so far. E for an A. Oh, did I screw it up? Okay, next up, let's get Desperate Ritual. I know that's desperately wrong. Magnum Opus, Charnel Horde Worm. I'm surprised no one's mentioned any cards in this category yet. Okay, 7 mana for a 6/6 trample. When it deals damage to an opponent, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. No. Ice cold. I just realized this card is like this huge red herring. It's like sending everyone in the completely wrong direction. Because there's so many abilities on both sides of this card. So I can totally see why people are suggesting what they're suggesting. But I will just say you should think a little bit outside the box. Best commanders that are not commanders. Great guess, but no, it's not it. Or it's great. I would say that's a great line of thinking. Best infinite mana sinks? Nope. Black Lotus? Nope. Argentina, Passenger Ferry. I think people need cards. I don't think anyone's got the right idea. 3 mana for a 4/3 vehicle. Whenever this vehicle attacks, you may pay a blue. When you do, another target attacking creature can't be blocked this turn. It cruise for 2. No, this is ice cold. Matthew Green. Maybe it's an enchantment thing. Ghostly Prison. Nah, I'm gonna say this is ice cold. Best MTG cards that blank? No. Well, you gotta be more specific, Magnum Opus Gold. Who hasn't got a card for this one? Adaptus, the Golden Throne. Format a legendary artifact. Arcane Life Support. If you lose the game, instead exile this thing and your life total becomes 1. Wow, what an insurance policy. And then 1,000 souls die every day. Tap, sack a creature, add 3 mana in any combination of colors. That has nothing to do with this show. Cards that Nikachu is thinking about. No, that's a little broad. What is the Seeker God of the tree? I have a feeling this has nothing to do with it, though. 3 mana, 1/4 Vigilance, tapped to add 1 mana. Other legendary creatures you control have Vigilance and tapped to add 1 mana. Nope, nothing. Ice cold. Card's immune to targeted creature removal. Nope. I'm almost trying to look for cards. Best double-sided cards? No. Okay, you're very far off. I will go back to this thing. This card technically, very loosely. This card, like, if you knew what the show is about, you would understand. But this card is the closest that we've got to the entire show. No, not Noble Hierarch. Questing Druid. Oh, this card? No, it's not Questing Druid, which exiles cards on the top of your deck, and you can play those cards later. But you know what? I would give this card... I'd give it a neutral. It's not ice cold. I would give this card a neutral. So this is warm. This is neutral. And you know what? I would give this hot. Might as well just give this hot at this point. And then this is a neutral card. But it's not Fable the Mirror Breaker. Given the fact that I gave the other one the same benefit, I might as well say that this Fable of the Mirror Breaker is hot, which makes it... Chapter 1 makes a 2/2 Shaman that makes treasures. Chapter 2 lets you rummage for 2 cards, and then you can exile this card at Chapter 3 into Kiki Jiki. MTG cards that have split text boxes? No. MTG creatures you won't cast from your hand? That's a very creative title. But no. We need more cards. Okay, Christopher B is throwing out Equilibrium Adept. Which is a 4 mana 2/4. When it enters, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play the card, and it's got Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, the creature gains double strike until end of turn. I want to say this is also neutral, but not really. It's interesting the way it's worded. I want to say but it's not warm. It's not in the right direction. It's going backwards. Best sagas that turn into creatures? Nope. No. Yeah, I think you're all far off. I think there's you need like one more unique card to make you realize, oh, it's that. No, not Shivan Dragon. Let's get Benjamin Berkey's Dystopia. 3 mana for an enchantment cumulative upkeep. Pay 1 life at the beginning of each player's upkeep. That player sacrifices a white or green permanent. Nope. Oh, I like this one, actually. Okay. Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Okay, Jace Vryn's Prodigy, a 2 mana 0/2. Tap, draw a card, then discard a card. If there are 5 or more cards in your graveyard, exile Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Then return him to the battlefield transformed under his owner's control. Oh my god, this is probably going to still... Okay, I would say this card is hot. It's probably going to confuse people though. +1, up to 1 target creature gets -2, -0 until end of turn. -3, you can it's a Snapcaster made for instants and sorceries, and -9, you get an emblem with when you cast a spell, target opponent puts the top 5 cards of the library in the graveyard. Anyway, this is I would focus on the front side than the back side though. MTG cards that can survive exile, no. Cards that become a different card type, no. MTG cards that have the flips, no. Great guess. Very, very unique guess. Cards that let you cast more spells? No. Nor in the Wary. Nor in the Wary is a 1-mana 2/1. Whenever a player plays a spell or a creature attacks, remove Nor in the Wary from the game. Return it to the play under its owner's control at end of turn. Ice Cold. Magic cards that are only good later in the game. Nope. Cards that transform via exile. No. Like you're all way off. Like I'm saying. So like, Jace Vryn's Prodigy is a great example. We had. Let's reflip this stupid thing. Fable of Mirrorbreaker, great example. The Legend of Roku, great example. Unfortunately, all 3 of these have something in common, but you're all going in the wrong direction for why they're all in common. I should get closer to Jace. Where's Jace? Where was Jace? Did I lose Jace? Oh, here's Jace. You're stuck on Progenitus. Progenitus was like more on the warm to neutral side. Maybe forget Progenitus. You'd understand when it happens. MTG card advantage that flips? No. Okay, who has a card? We need to look up more cards. Christopher B is still suggesting cards. Feywild Visitor. 3-mana, legendary background. Commanders you own have, whenever one or more non-token creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you create a 1/1 blue fairy dragon creature token with flying. Nope. Ice Cold. Super, super ice cold. Panofsky wants Catch a Fish. Catch a Fish, 3-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact or creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand this way, create a food token and transform this enchantment. I would say this is also very, very, very ice cold. Muldrifter. Five mana, 2/2 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. But it does have Evoke for 3 mana. So you sack it when it enters the battlefield. But I will also say this is pretty ice cold. MTG creatures that are stronger the longer they are in play? Nope. It is not. Do you know what, though? In some way, you're onto something, Asian Knight. In some way that you're onto something. You're the first person that mentioned, you know, you loosely mentioned the concept of the show. Okay, John. John showing up out of nowhere with Kytheon. 1 mana, 2/1 at end of combat. If Kytheon, hero of Akros, and at least 2 other creatures attack this combat, exile Kytheon and return him to the battlefield transformed under his owner's control. Also gets indestructible for 3 mana. And without even looking, I'm going to say this card is ice cold. All right, so I'm saying this card is ice cold, but all the other cards weren't. And this was a flip card. So this was a flip card, and I'm still getting rid of it. Bourbon, Midnight Clock. Best delayed gratification cards. You're on a little bit more on the right, or you're on a little bit on the. You're moving in the right direction, I would say. Okay, we have Midnight Clock, 3 mana artifact, tap for a blue. For 3 mana, put an hour counter on Midnight Clock. At the beginning of each upkeep, put an hour counter on Midnight Clock. When the 12th hour counter is put on Midnight Clock, shuffle your hand and graveyard into your library, then draw 7 cards, exile Midnight Clock. Ah, this is a super banger. This is definitely hot. This is definitely like the best card we've seen so far. This is definitely the best card we've seen so far. Cards that do nothing until they transform? Well, not quite. William wants Soka. The Bold Boomerang. This is a new card. Okay, 2 mana, 1/1. Enters, discard up to 2 cards, and draw that many cards. And whenever you cast an artifact or a lesson spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Soka. Nope. Definitely not it. The best human cards? No. Just remember, like, what's it called? Fable of Mirrorbreaker was definitely a card. Worst cards to invest in? No. The Millennium Calendar? Yeah, I think I like that one. Okay, the Millennium Calendar. Was it called Millennium Calendar? No, the Millennium Calendar. 1 mana legendary artifact. Whenever you untap 1 or more perms during your untap step, put that many time counters on the Millennium Calendar. And for 2 mana tap, double the number of time counters on the Millennium Calendar. When there are 1,000 or more time counters on the Millennium Calendar, sack it, and each opponent loses 1,000 life. I would say this is hot. This is super, super, super hot. Benjamin Berkey, Ancestral Vision. Ancestral Vision, suspend 4 for a blue. Target player draws 3 cards. This is also hot. We're finally on the way. Okay, we're finally getting actual cards that have something to do with the show. It's funny how meager time travel is for the calendar. Yeah. Magic payoffs you'll never get. No. MTG cards that make you wait. I mean, they will. That's not the title of the show, though. Buried Alive. Mercenary wants Buried Alive. Buried Alive is a 3 mana sorcery. Search your library for up to 3 creature cards. Put them into your graveyard. Nope. That is not. It's ice cold. Back to, like, the cards that have something to do with it. I gotta pay so close attention. Someone's gonna guess it properly. We have patient MTG cards. No. Cards that put counters. No. Magic cards that have different counters. No. Best cards with inevitability. No. Christopher B wants actual suspend. Actual suspend gets disqualified. Because it's an instant. Exile target creature and put 2 time counters on it. And if it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. So this is ice cold. Someone's going to guess this. Keeping really, no one's got the title yet, though. I have a very, very specific and, like, obvious title. Most telegraphed Magic cards? No. MTG cards that are reference to popular cards? No. I don't know if anyone has. I think everyone has enough information. So if we go back, so we have Ancestral Vision. We have the Millennium Calendar. Midnight Clock is a great example. What else did we have? Jace Vryn's Prodigy, I think, was a great example. Magic perms that place counters on them. No. That would be a very lame show. I can't imagine anyone clicking on my videos if I called it Magic Permanents that put counters on them or something like that. Magic cards with delayed effects? No. Magic cards that take ages to do something? Mercenary with Living End. Sorcery for suspend 3 and for 4 mana. Each player exiles all creature cards from their graveyards and sacrifices all creatures they control. Then put all cards they exiled this way onto the battlefield. This is 100%. This is a banger. It's super hot. This is definitely part of the show. Cards that unlock their true power after a while. You know, you all seem to get the idea, but you just don't know how it would be called, what the show would be called. You all have very lame titles for this show. I think everyone's got the idea now. Best Jane cards in MTG. This is not a Jane card. This has been an oppressive tier 1 deck, I'll have you know that. In Modern for many years. MTG cards that have suspend versions? No, that has nothing to do with Jace or Fable the Mirror Breaker. Or any of those other ones. MTG timing is everything. It's a really good guess. I'm not giving anything to you until someone figures it out. Cards that make you wait. Countdown to big payoffs. Wow, it's amazing. No one can catch this. I think everyone's on the same page, but you just don't know how to title it. Magic cards that evolve. Honestly, I don't think this title is tricky. I think this title is like so straightforward. It's not fancy at all. It's not fancy. Everyone's trying to be way too fancy here. Yeah, now we play. Yeah, I'm playing the waiting game now. Magic cards that test your patience. Too fancy. Good God, that took like way too long. Oh boy, congratulations! You figured it out. It took way too damn long. It took way too damn long. The slowest cards in slowest cards in Magic the Gathering, the slowest MTG cards. I will also accept. It's all good. How much time do we have left? Okay, we're technically over the hour for the show, but you know what? I got one more. Okay, anyone want to speed run? We got to speed run this for the last show, and that you have to get this very quickly. How much time is left? Oh God, you all have like 10 minutes. Old Boy's gotten multiples at this point. Old Boy's here almost every day. Okay, Ancestral Recall from Bonovsky. Ancestral Recall, ice cold. We got to speed run this. Irreverent Gremlin. What the hell? Okay, what is this? A 2-mana 2/2 menace. When a creature you control with power 2 or less enters, you may discard a card if you do. Okay, no. Ice cold. Spore Frog. This can fog. Ice cold. Quiet Mon. Apex of power. And I will say, this title is a bit cute. The last title wasn't cute. This title is cute. Okay, so we have 10 mana sorcery. Exile the top 7 cards of your library until end of turn. You can cast them. If a spell is cast from your hand at 10 mana, nope. Lord of Atlantis, nope. Random Mage, Acorn Catapult. Did you mean Acorn Catapult? Yeah, I did. This is a 4-mana artifact. Pay 1 tap. Acorn Catapult deals 1 damage to target creature or player, that creature's controller, or that player puts a 1/1 green squirrel creature token onto the battlefield. How cute. But that's okay, I didn't mean cute literally. I mean figuratively. Like the title is like it's a little out there. It's not so obvious. But anyway, this is this is ice cold. Super ice cold. Blight. I don't think that you mean Blight Steel. Is there some such thing as a Blight Colossus? 12 mana 11/11. Trample, Infect, Indestructible. If it's put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle into its owner's library. No. Nothing. Christopher B with Scavenger Regent. 4 mana 4/4. Dragon. Each non-dragon creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. Flying Ward. Discard a card. Nope. Chandra. Torch of Defiance. 4 mana Planeswalker that can deal 2 damage, add red mana, deal 4 damage to a creature, or Emblem to deal 5 damage. Whenever you cast a spell, you deal 5 damage to any target. No, this has nothing to do with it. Ice Colds. Benjamin Berkey with Sleeper's Robe. This is 2 mana for an enchant creature. Enchant creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and black creatures. When it deals damage, combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. No, it has nothing to do with the show. Has anyone got it? Scoot Swarm, no. Walking Ballista, no. Hair Apparent, no. Dryad Arbor, no. I'm just looking. Dockside, nope. Bumbleflower, I don't know what that is. I assume Mrs. Bumbleflower. 4 mana for a 1/5 Rabbit Citizen. Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. If it's the second time, you get to draw 2 cards. No. For the Emperor. Seemed like a 40k sort of person. Adaptus. Seemed like a 40k person. 4 mana sorcery. Creatures get +2/+2 and vigilance and lifelink until end of turn. Nope. Markov Baron. Convoke. Lifelink. Other vampires get +1/+1 as madness for 3 mana. Nope. Blight. Enchant land. When it becomes tapped, destroy it. Nope. Cool card. Right hand. Is that a card? Oh, it is. 5 mana, 3/4 flying. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Ooh! I would say that was on the neutral side. You may cast artifact spells from the top of your library, and artifacts have tap out of blue. Spend this mana only to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. You know what? I think I'm going to save this one for next time. You guys didn't guess it. And we're not even close. It's like we're not even close to close. But it would feel so bad for everyone on the replay. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give you guys. You're gonna get a little bit more time. Okay, quick. Okay, this is like the closest so far, but it's like neutral. It's a bit neutral. Oh, did you all give up? Did you give up? Good night. Well, okay, everyone's gone. All right, in that case, we're gonna wait. It's gonna be saved for next time. I'll keep this one for next time. I'm confusing everybody. Some people are back now. Ooh, Future Sight. Okay, whatever. You want? We'll just stay. Future Sight. Again, this is neutral. Okay. For everyone that feels like they're done, you're gone. Everyone want to stay and figure this last one out? We'll do it. We'll do it. You have until the end of this one, and then actually, do you know what I should do? Okay. Given how we don't have time, so I'm gonna give you the cards. I'm gonna give you this one. I'm gonna give you a few cards. So I'll give you the huge. So the first card I will suggest is Duress. Sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Next card I would let you guys know is... let's how about... Yeah, I'll put Telepathy. Blue. Enchantment. Your opponents play with their hands revealed. And then maybe the last one, I could put Jace the Mind Sculptor. Which is 4 mana, 3 loyalty, +2. Look at the top card of target player's library. You may put that card on the bottom of that player's library. And of course, 0 mana Brainstorm, -1, unsummon, and then it has its ultimate. So, with these cards in mind, and you can suggest others, because I have to give you a direction or this might take too long. Best cards that look at cards in zones? Nope. Best cards that tell the future? Nope. These are all hot cards. Oh, wow! MTG cards that spy on your opponents. You get the hit. You got the keyword. You got the spy. You got the spy one. Burble Lithra. How do I even pronounce your name? Burble Lithration gets it. Congratulations. All right. Okay, we can all go to sleep. I wonder how many people left the show after I like. We didn't end the show properly. It just kept going on for no reason. But you know, I didn't want to save it because if you stayed like 15 minutes to listen to all that stuff, and I was like, you didn't get it. That's okay. I think in circumstances like that, I gotta just give through the 3 cards. They really give it away. And then you just try to guess. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being here today. We had a lot of fun. People really like this show, by the way. It's not super popular with the algorithm, but at the same time, people who do watch love it. It's a lot of fun. So as usual, we do the show 3 p.m. weekdays, Central Standard Time. If you want to be part of the show, you got to be there. We also got to thank everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or even super chat so other people are part of the show. And of course, thanks to everyone who is here and has a lot of fun. People like Random Age. We got William, Benjamin Berkey, Matthew, Christopher B, Forkinka, Matthew. Sorry, Magnum Opus Gold. Argentina, Old Boy. We got Zazums, Quiet Man, Mercenary. Stay dangerous. That's right. And also, keep those coffees brewing so that we keep brewing the magic. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and I will see you at the next cup.